scares you, you should probably do it. So Vern, congratulations. Karen, congratulations. I've done that race in 2015. It is hard, but wonderful. Now, I traveled to Germany, as Karen just said, on vacation after 3 years, and my kids actually after 5 years, it was time to visit Germany again. And people do go to foreign countries for several reasons. They go to visit castles in Germany. And we did that. We visited the Burghausen Castle, which is the longest castle according to the Guinness Book of Records, built in 1080, not 10,000. Or if you go to Germany, you could visit some other historical sites. My two daughters were both interested in going to see some Nazi history, so we went to Dachau, the first concentration camp, which is close to Munich. Since my sister lives in Munich, we started out in Munich. Or if you're lucky like me and your family in Germany, you go visit and do family time, which we did. My sister suggested that we should do a little bike trip, so we actually did a bike trip around Lake Constance, 220 miles, shoreline, wonderful time. You get together, you catch up on a lot of things, how they are doing. But some people, like me, want to challenge themselves a little bit more. Especially if they have a sister who suggests something that you should do that you've never done before. That makes you uncomfortable. That you would have never thought of doing unless you would have been told by someone. My sister is not a runner like me. I have talked about running before, but my sister is a swimmer. And she is doing, for the last 10 years, races, swimming between 2 and 4 kilometers. So she last year suggested that if I come in the summer, there is a race we could do together. It would be wonderful, great time. And it's just 2 kilometers. It's not the long distance. Now 2 kilometers is about a mile, 1.25 miles. And you need to know that I do know how to swim, but only breaststroke, so not freestyle. So it takes a little longer. And to up the ante, she says, well, we're not going to do it during the day. We'll do it at night, because on my birthday, July 27th, which is her birthday, there is a lunar eclipse. And they have this race in what they call the Bavarian Ocean. It's a really huge lake. 10 at night, it's dark, and then you see the moon come up, and the shadow of the earth moves in front of it, gets all red, it's beautiful. Okay, I said, well, I'm a swimmer, you know, I'm physically fit, I can do it. I convinced Wendy to join me, who is also, like me, decent, good swimmer, but doesn't like open water swim, so we practiced, at least since May. She lives down in Mount Angel. There's a nice little reservoir you can go in and swim. It's cold, so we needed to buy wetsuits and so on and so forth. But we come to Germany. We go to the Bavarian Ocean. There's 500 swimmers. Of course, my sister didn't tell me it's an official swim of some Austrian-German club. The open water world record holder is there, and my sister's like, oh, that's the guy. And I say, oh my goodness, what am I doing here? She also didn't tell me there's a time limit. After an hour and 15 minutes, they pull you out of the water if you're not fast enough. So I'm thinking, oh, breaststroke, how much do I need? How long? Hour 15, probably. Anyway, the go. Wendy's all nervous too, so I should say that. Help me. And the race starts. And it's like if you ever watched a triathlon, the Ironman, you know, they go in the water, the real swimmers, and they go full force, as fast as you can. And we're going to go in the water and say, oh yeah, it's calm, it's not too cold, it was pretty warm in Germany, it's nice, we can do this, and start swimming, and it's dark, and oh my, can we really do that? And soon enough, after about 100 meters, we're already 50 meters behind. And my daughters were there on the outside, didn't join to have a picture where you can see the distance. Oh, you're bringing up the rear, it's so nice and cute. Now, I don't want to throw her under the bus, but Wendy panicked and said, oh, we can do that. Oh no, we're not going to make the time. So after about 200 meters, you know, trying to calm her down, she jumps in a boat. There were boats. They had plenty of people around you to keep you safe. And she goes in the boat. We talked about this before because I said, well, if you go in the boat, they only speak German. I should come with you in the boat. And she said, no, you're finishing the race. I am not the reason that you're not finishing the race. So I say, okay, I'll go swim on. And of course, by that time, I'm 500 meters behind the last swimmer by myself in the ocean, thinking, oh my goodness, hello. This is really fun. But of course, my competitiveness kicked in, and I said, well, wait a minute. I'm the last one. I'm not finishing this race last. And they had, as I said, boats around you. It wasn't as bad. You were alone, but not that alone. And so I saw the swimmers. Every swimmer had a buoy with a light, so I could see them. And I started swimming. Enjoying the moon, like I was supposed to. My sister was nowhere to be found. She, of course, was way ahead of me. Didn't wait or whatever. Well, why would you do that, family? So I started swimming. I got into a groove. It was actually indeed a little bit of fun. And I finished the race, not last, but third to last, which made me very proud. I caught a couple people. But the moral of the story is, if it scares you, you should give it a try, because like with the speech contest, like with the coast, like with the Pacific Trail, those are the things that make you grow. Those are the things that challenge you to go beyond what you're used to. And we all live in a daily routine. And we should, every once in a while, try to break out of it. Because otherwise, you just let life go by. And Germany is a fun country. I want to give a different speech. Maybe I kept it for next week. There are a lot of things about Germany that I love, but one thing I also realized after spending 3 weeks there, thinking, well, could I live one day again in Germany? Germans are grumpy people. And it's because of their efficiency, everything is done for a purpose. Except that my sister loves swimming, and those people are a little different. It reminded me that live a little and do something scary.